Hello everyone! So welcome to Nature Apps Explored by Monk Gardens. I'm sure you're all looking for ways to get outside, keep yourselves entertained, as well as your kids if you've got kids in the house. And so we're going to try to give you a few tools through apps that you can try out at home to keep yourself busy and get outside and do a little exploring and learning at the same time. So our first app that we're gonna try out is called Seek. So Seek is an app that's kind of the cousin app to iNaturalist. And iNaturalist is a little bit more scientific. It's about collecting data and citizen science projects. But Seek is more about the fun of it and getting outside, exploring, and learning a little bit while you go. So Seek you can get on any Apple phone or any Android phone. It's free, and it's really great for kids, families, or adults. So it's an app that I've used just for fun, and an app that I've used with kids, and kids love it. So it is safe for kids to use on their own. There's no registration required, no sign in. You don't have to have a password, and it does collect, or it does use your location, but it's obscured. So it's used to help know what plants and other things you might find in your area, but it's never saved or sent to the app. And then anything you take pictures of or you find, your findings, your observations, they're not shared publicly. They're just for you. They're just stored on your phone, so they're not put online in any way. But that also means that if you delete the app, then you lose all your observations. So if it turns out it's something you really like, just be sure that you don't delete the app for some reason. So the first time I used it, I did a bunch of observations with kids and things, and then I did delete it for some reason, and then of course I lost everything. And it wasn't a big deal for me, but if you've got a kid using it and they've got all these observations and achievements, it could be a bummer if they lose all of that stuff. So just be careful with that. So the basics of Seek, and I'll do a demo of it in a little bit. The basics of Seek is that you take pictures of living things, and the camera in the app identifies them for you. And as you identify things, it tells you things about those things. So if you identify a maple tree, it'll give you facts about maple trees and tell you a little bit about it. And it gives you badges. So the camera identifies things as you're taking the picture. So if you're taking a picture and the app isn't quite sure what that plant is or what that mushroom is, it'll tell you, and it'll say, hey, get a little closer, get a clearer picture, and then it'll help you get a good identification of it. And then the more observations you do, the more badges and achievements you get. So the more you're walking around your yard or walking your neighborhood or whatever you've got available to you, then the more badges and things that you'll earn. Okay? So from here, I think we're going to go into the demo of the app. So I'm going to do some of it inside to show you how the app works, and then I'm going to go outside and show you how getting an observation works. Okay? All right, so let's see what the app looks like. So I just uninstalled and reinstalled the app. So you're going to see exactly what it looks like if you were to open it for the first time. So here we go. So it's going to give you a little bit of a demo, tell you a little bit about how it works. So you can identify plants, animals, and fungi. You can learn about all those things. And then you get badges for observing different species. So it gives you the option of signing in with iNaturalist or logging in with iNaturalist, and you don't have to do that. So it's completely optional. If you sign in with iNaturalist or make an iNaturalist account, it'll give you the option to share your observations in Seek to iNaturalist, and then iNaturalist would use your location and those things. So if you've got little ones that are using the Seek app And that's what I'm going to do this time. I'm going to pretend like we're talking about a 10-year-old who wants to use this Seek app. You're going to go ahead and do continue without signing in. It's going to ask for your permission to use the location, and it might give you the option to let it have your location all the time or while only using the app, or deny it. I wouldn't recommend denying it. If you give it your location, it helps it know what plants are going to be found by you. So if you're in Wisconsin, it's going to know to only suggest Wisconsin plants for the most part. So I'm going to tell it to only use my location while I'm using the app. And then it says get started. So we can take photos with Seek's camera, we can learn about the species that we observe, and then earn badges and raise your level by identifying different species and participating in challenges. And we'll talk about challenges too. So we're gonna continue. And this is the main screen that you're going to get. So it'll show you your location and then some plants and other things that you might find in your area. So mine's got lots of wildflowers, painted turtle, American toad, and those are all probably things that you would see in your area too. And then it shows challenges. So we're gonna get to challenges in a little bit. So first, let's hit these 3 little bars on the bottom left. So home, if I hit home, it takes me right back to that first screen. Achievements, that's going to show you your observations and tell you what level you're at. So because I've done no observations, I'm still a tadpole. So tadpoles, you need to observe 3 species to get to the next level, and you'll get species badges, and then there's challenge badges too. And at the bottom, it tells you how many species you've observed and how many badges you have. Okay, challenges. So the challenges can be fun. If you start a challenge, it'll have you complete the guidelines in that challenge. So let's check out this backyard challenge. So it says you don't need to go far to find nature all around you. You can find it just in your backyard or your neighborhood. So it would have you do the challenge and find things in your backyard, and then once you complete the challenge, you would get that backyard challenge badge. And there's new ones every month, and sometimes more often than that too. Okay, and then one more. So let's go to my observations. So I don't have observations yet. So you can take pictures of plants, animals, or anything living, and it'll try to identify it for you. So we'll try that out when we go outside. And then it gives you also the iNaturalist option again. It tells you a little bit more about it. So if you want to learn more about iNaturalist, this is a good spot to do it. And it could be fun, especially if you're doing it as a family, it might be appropriate. But if you've got little kids doing Seek all on their own, just go ahead and sign in without an iNaturalist account. That makes the most sense. Okay. All right. So I think from here, we're going to go ahead and go outside and see if we can make some observations and maybe earn a badge or level up. All right. So we can see what that looks like. Okay. So from here, we are going to try taking a picture of some plants to identify them, get some species observed, and see if we can get a new badge. All right. So you're going to hit the little camera at the bottom of the screen. And the first time you do this, it's going to ask for your permission to use the camera, to access your files, and then it'll give you a few suggestions of how to stay safe outside. And then it'll let you start taking pictures. And on the screen up at the top, it's going to start showing you what it thinks that plant is, and it'll narrow it down. The closer you get to the plant, the better angle and picture you're getting, and it'll tell you get closer, all those kinds of things. So I'm going to try to do this plant right in front of us here. And up at the top it says species, bloodroot, and then it says at the bottom, I lost it. Sometimes if you lose your angle, oh, there we go. At the bottom it says, that's it, now take a picture. So you hit the little camera at the bottom again to take that picture. And it says, you observed a new species. I have the bronze plant badge because I found one plant. So I can view the species and learn about it. It'll tell you when you saw it, tell you about it, see the range map, all sorts of things. And then you can hit back. And then back to camera will let you take a picture of another plant. So let's try another plant, huh? Let's try this one here. That one was pretty easy. It says, that's it, take your picture. It says it's a large flowered trillium. You observed a new species, large white trillium. So I'm gonna go back to my camera. Let's see if we can find one more to observe, huh? Let's see about this one. It says keep scanning, try different angles. It's kind of a rainy day, and I think that might be making it a little harder for our camera, but that's okay. All right, keep trying it. Oh, it says we're really close, and it says I got it. So I took my picture. Blue cohosh. Very cool. All right, so this one, let's check it out. Let's view the species. Oh, we leveled up. We are a cub now. We've seen 3 species. Very cool. So we're gonna check out the species. There it is, gives you all sorts of information, even some iNaturalist information. It'll tell you how many people have seen it worldwide, and then how many people have seen it nearby. So 7 people nearby have seen it. Very cool. So we're gonna go back to the top, go back, and back to camera. So I want to try something that's not a plant, and I think we're going to try a mushroom. Not sure how it's going to work, but let's go try it. Okay, so there's this big mushroom on this tree. We're going to try this out. Ooh. Oh, it says it's really close, almost a species. It says keep trying different angles. I wonder if I can go sideways, huh? Oh! Still just says shelf fungi. So even though it said we weren't quite there yet, I tried taking a picture anyway. And it says, it has a pretty good guess. It says, we believe this is a member of the class Agaricomycetes. But it could not get the exact species. So it says we can try again, or take another photo. So it doesn't quite let us have that observation. So you can keep trying if you find something like that, or you can move on either way. The last thing I want to show you is you can also use pictures you've already taken to identify plants in your area, or any other thing you've taken a picture of. If you were on a walk and you saw a picture of a bug that you took a week ago and you still want to know what it is, you can try that out. So at the bottom, you're in camera mode right now, but you can click photos, and then it'll show you all the photos you've taken. So I happen to have taken a lot of pictures of plants recently. So I'm going to try this picture of this yellow flower and see if it knows what it is. And of course it does. All right. So it says I observed a new species, border forsythia. So it's been added to my observations. Very cool. So let's try another one. Let's try this one. Okay, so it's not super happy with this one. It says they think it's a member of the birthwort family, but couldn't quite get it. So this one didn't quite work, and that's okay. So not all your pictures will work, so that's why it's kind of nice to use the camera in the app, because it'll tell you when you've got it, and then you can take that picture. So that's just another way that you could try identifying plants and other things around you, is using pictures you've already taken. Okay, now that you've got some observations down, we're gonna go back to this home screen here and go ahead and hit this little 3-line menu at the bottom again. And we're going to look at our achievements. So it says your level is Cub, and you have to observe 15 species to get to the next level. All right, and then we've still got our bronze plant badge. So once you get a couple more plants, that'll go up, yeah? So your challenges, your achievements, all that fun stuff goes in the achievements tab there. So here we go. All right, so from there, that's kind of our intro to how to use Seek. I hope it's something that you can use in your backyard, your neighborhood, any space that you have available, especially now that the trees and all the plants are starting to leaf out. It's something that can get you outside and exploring those fun things and seeing the changes that are really happening every day as spring gets more and more real to us here. So I hope you enjoy Seek, and once we reopen at the gardens, it's something that you can use out there too. There's such a wide variety of plants, as well as insects and mushrooms and all sorts of things you can find out there that you can really use this app with. So thanks so much for watching. We really, really appreciate it.